I love how people try and take things which are ancient and try to apply them in a literal sense today. And in a lot of ways, they're taught that way. And I think that it's an entirely incorrect way of thinking. I mean, take, for example, the story of, Jonah and the whale, right? A guy trapped in a well for 3 days and comes out and lives, after he devotes himself toward, God. And why aren't these stories taught in the light of, this could be representative of a man who was in a deep and dark place for 3 days. And after being in this place, he came to a profound enlightenment in regards to his position towards serving his fellow man, which is the direct translation of God, the rest of things outside of yourself, but then also including yourself as well. And so, furthering this way of thinking, we could also look at, another story which is ridiculed quite extensively, and that is the story of, let's say, Noah and the ark. To teach something like that in a literal sense is, just like the Jonah story, pretty stupid. But, if we actually take into consideration that maybe people were storytellers back in the day as they are today, and to not look at them and think of them as idiots trying to purport lies, but maybe hiding truths within stories through symbols and through other things, then we might actually be able to glean what it is that they were trying to tell us. Looking back historically, people have always been ascribed as being comparable to certain types of animals and things of that extent. A lot of leaders and things like that throughout time and history have constantly, made themselves in images of things that they respected, found in the natural world, such as lions or whatever have you, And so, you could have Noah or whatever, who is meant to literally take 2 by 2 of all things and to preserve them from the flood, history goes through dark ages, right? So why couldn't this just be a story about a man who was taking control of the situation and taking charge in leading people above the flooding waters of ignorance during a dark age and time? And, sending out the white dove or whatever have you to find dry, stable land, and then releasing all these people back upon the ground once more. Somebody leading the people comparable to 2 by 2 of differing animals, holding with them certain characteristics out of the floods, away from the floods, and their own destruction through wickedness, which many civilizations have done historically, destroyed themselves through their own innate selfish desires.